Us as black people, and I'm calling out everybody black, we have to create our own black privilege. We have to.
We have to create our own privileges as melanated people, as black people. Let me just put it that way. I don't feel comfortable saying black. I prefer to say melanated people. But yes, we have to create our own privileges, just as other people are doing. Before, it was only the Europeans who were enjoying privileges all over the world. Today, the Chinese citizens are also getting that. Why? Because China has put herself in the right position to create that privileges for her citizens everywhere they found themselves on this planet Earth. But whether we like it or not, as melanated people, we are languishing on the bottom of the human race. We don't have no privileges everywhere we go, wherever we found ourselves. So yes, we have to do that. She could not have been right. But how do we do that? We here in One Africa Mission, we believe that the only way we can create that privileges for ourselves is by uniting the continent of Africa. If Africa is united, if Africa have dignity, then melanated people, irrespective of where you found yourself on this planet Earth, you will also have privileges and live a life of dignity. So please, if you are really sincere and you want a dignified melanated race, then please, if you are seeing us for the first time, then support our mission, One Africa Mission, the #1 Africa Mission. Our mission is all about the unity of our continent and our collective dignity as a race. How do you support us? It's by sharing what we are doing, and also maybe pass your comments. Very important for us. We really appreciate and thank you to all of you who are passing your comments. We really appreciate that. Like it if you are watching. Let us all together bring our energies, just as our beautiful queen is calling on us. Bring our energies together and then create that privileges, not just for us, but for the next generation of Africans. That is why we are here in One Africa Mission. I thank you very much for coming around. Please, let's go and listen to her. Come back and then talk about it.
Us as black people, and I'm calling out everybody black, we have to create our own black privilege. We have to. It's non-negotiable. What does that look like? I was on a plane sitting first class. There was a little girl walked by me. She had a backpack on. She was so adorable, and she just kept staring at me. And I said, "You are so pretty." And she goes, right, she looked away. I said, "No, you are so pretty." And then I heard her ask her mom, like, about me sitting up front, right? What that means. Her mom said, "Oh, that's first class." And she said, "Mommy, why we can't sit here?" They're having this quiet conversation.
Right.
They get in their seat. I told the stewardess, "Go get that little girl." She said, "Which one?" The little girl that walked by me. She went and got the little girl. I said, "Listen, you have my seat if the mom's okay with it." The mom was like, "Absolutely." So I said, "She has my seat. Whatever she wants, order it." But my point is, I created black privilege with that. We have to start to create that. White people only have white privilege because they privilege their people. We have to start seeing our black people and privilege them. Yeah. We have to do that. That is something I'm calling out every black person to do. If you got a penny or if you got $1 million, figure out once a day what black person you can privilege. I don't care if it's your neighbor or if it's a family member. Please do that.
So our beautiful queen, she is very right. European people created that privileges for themselves. And Europeans are enjoying that everywhere they found themselves. Even in my village, if a European is there, a so-called white person from Europe, if he or she is in my village, they enjoy privileges because their ancestors created it for them. We can also put aside whatever differences we have, whether you are Black American, Black British, Black Caribbean, Black African, wherever you found yourself. We can also put aside our differences and uplift ourselves. Because by uplifting one of us, it means collectively we are uplifting ourselves. Ubuntu, that is what our ancestors used to practice. You are because I am. So where did we put that Ubuntu spirit? Let me tell you a story. As a friend of mine from Congo asked a sister from Gambia to support our mission, One Africa Mission, just to support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, not doing anything. But this sister said she wouldn't do that. Why? Because she thinks that we are going to make money from YouTube. Even though we are not getting paid by YouTube, we are spending money to travel around the continent of Africa to preach the gospel of a united Africa.
One Africa Mission. Our mission in Namibia has come to an end. Today we are returning back to re-energize ourselves and continue with the mission of a united Africa. So yes, if you support a united Africa, then support our mission. Let's fight for a borderless Africa. Africa must be free. We must have one passport. We must have one currency. And that is the only way Africa, the children of Africa can regain back their dignity. So yes, we are going back home. We are going to re-energize ourselves. But please, for those of you watching us, please support us. It is not easy to travel around the continent of Africa. So please support us. Later, you support us is by sharing what we are doing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like and pass your comments. They are very important to us. I thank you very much for coming around. I am your missionary brother, the #1 missionary brother in Africa, Brother Dubia Anzansi. One Africa mission. We are on a mission until we overcome the challenges of Africa. I thank you.
A dignified Africa. We are spending our own savings to do that. But she wouldn't just subscribe to our YouTube channel purposely because as a melanated sister, she think that we are going to make money out of it. First of all, what is wrong with your brother making money? Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with that because she's always on YouTube watching funny videos. It is whoever is doing the video, whether the video is being done by a Chinese, it's been done by a European, as long as it's funny video, she will watch it. But to just watch our video or to subscribe or help us so that we can bring dignity to her and maybe future generation of Africans, she says she wouldn't do that. And that is the problem. And this is what our sister is calling on us. Everything that is happening to us as melanated people is as a result of our collective disunity. It is because of we are participating in our own dehumanization. Look at what is happening in Sudan as we speak today.
Can you guess which is the biggest hunger crisis in the world right now? It's actually Sudan. Hundreds of thousands of people could die from hunger without...
Look at what is happening in Sudan. Why is it that we are not coming out as melanated people to say, let's bring an end to that? Look at what is happening in Congo. Just as our sister is saying, every little thing that we can do together to uplift ourselves, we must do it. We cannot expect other people to come and free us or to come and create privileges for us. It is never going to happen. It is our duty as melanated people to uplift ourselves. So do it. You are not just doing it for yourself, but you are doing it for the next generation of Africans. Oh, don't think that by supporting One Africa mission, don't think that by fighting for the unification of Africa, you are uplifting somebody. No, because if we were to be thinking like that, we wouldn't be here shouting. If we were to be thinking like that if we unite the continent of Africa is going to benefit future generation of Africans, not us, we wouldn't be here shouting. You understand? But we decide to take this challenge. We decide to take this mission so that what we are not enjoying, the privileges that we did not get from our forefathers, our children and their children will enjoy that and they will say thank you to us for creating that privilege for them. You understand? So it is up to us. It is our duty to do that. But some people think that by supporting your mission, they're supporting you as an individual. But no, you are by uplifting your brother, you are uplifting yourself. Because as I said, Ubuntu, you are because I am. Yes, generations before us made a lot of mistakes. We can learn from them and uplift ourselves so that future generations will be proud of us. As I said, the Africa that we inherited from our ancestors, we are not proud of that. And melanated people all over the world, they are going through hell because of the condition of Africa. Marcus Mosiah Garvey said it. We are not being disrespected because of the color of our skin. We are being disrespected. We are being dehumanized because of the condition of our people, the condition of Africa. If the condition of Africa changed today, melanated people all over the world will change. 70 years ago, Chinese people were not respected. After the Second World War, Japanese people were not respected. They stand up, they come together, and today their citizens are respected all over the world. The other day we were in Moyale. The other day, One Africa mission were in Moyale, Kenya, Ethiopia. We, children of Africa, were denied entering to Kenya by the Kenyan immigration, by Japanese. Two Japanese that we were traveling with, they were allowed entry to Kenya. That is the privilege that Japan has created for her children. Here, we stuck here in what's the place name? And then we are here.
Moyale.
We stuck here in Moyale, and then I'm here to educate my brother a little bit about Africa. Yeah. So, bro, when we talk about uniting Africa, as I said, all the countries in Africa, they all have resources. The entire continent itself has the most resources in the world. Everybody needs Africa to survive. So if you watch example like Congo, Congo has been suffering in the hands of Belgium, America, Britain and France for the last 100 years.
Really?
Oh yes. Sure, you didn't know that. So when you see on video or when you see on TV, they're just telling you how Congolese people are killing each other and stuff like that. But the reality is that some people went to Berlin. We call it Berlin Conference. This is the reason why we want to see one Africa, because we never divide Africa.
Yeah.
Some people went to Berlin in 1884 to 1887.
Okay.
They sat down under the invitation of a man called Bismarck, the chancellor that time in Germany. He called the European people and said, come to Berlin, let's divide Africa among ourselves. So they went there and they chopped Africa, piece, and give to themselves. So they said, Britain, Ghana is for you.
Yeah, French for you.
French, this for you, and that one for you. So everything, whatever resources you ever have, whatever you're going to discover in the future does not belong to you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So when people say, oh, Africa is poor, it is absolutely lie, because Africa is the richest continent in the world. But the truth is that, or the unfortunate thing is that, the resources of Africa does not benefit the people of Africa.
Okay, I get it.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we are now beginning to understand that, or we're now beginning to ask questions as to how come we come from the richest continent in the world, and yet we are the poorest people? Because something is not right.
Yeah.
Something is wrong. So how can we fix it? So we came to realize that the only way we, the children of Africa, can also have the same privileges, example like the children of Japan has, example like the children of China has, example like the children of America and Europe has, is for us to make sure that the resources of this continent benefit the people. How can the resources of this continent benefit the people? Is by having one military. And it didn't start today. It started long way back, almost 60-something years ago, by our founding fathers, the leaders in Ethiopia, in Ghana, those early days. Our founding fathers realized that if the Americans will come together, 50 states, and have one federation, and then one president, one military, one currency, one passport, and they are today the most powerful country in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
What about Africa? If Africa, 54 countries, if we come together,
It's
gonna be more.
Yeah,
So
more.
so let's just go to the negatives and see. Just come to think of it. If America, 54 states, imagine if all the 54 states, if they were independent countries.
It's not.
Imagine if they were, America would not be strong.
Yeah, for
America
sure.
would be weak.
For
but
sure.
because they realized the need or the strength in unity, they had to fight a civil war and to bring all these countries together. And today they are the richest country, the most powerful country in the world. But we, who are providing them all the resources to be powerful and to be rich, we are one of the poorest people in the world, even though we have the richest continent in the world. So the children of Africa today, they begin to ask themselves questions. So that is why we are so desperate, no matter what, to see a possible united Africa. Because we believe that if we are not united, we are going nowhere. You understand?
Yeah.
So like example, you are here in Ethiopia.
Okay.
Tomorrow you're going to Kenya. You have to change currency.
Currency, yeah. And
It's
visa.
I need visa. It's affecting all of us. But if we have one currency, then if you are here
you're going around Africa. You don't need to. You don't need no stress.
Yeah, no stress.
No stress.
No.
You just go
Just about.
freely.
Yeah.
An example, especially like us as African people, when you want to trade among your people, you have to use the American dollar to trade. Even though this is not America, this is Africa.
Yeah.
You understand? We have one of our famous Pan-Africans. He's from Kenya, Professor Lumumba. And then he was saying something that he went to Addis Ababa.
Okay.
He went to Addis Ababa. He went to buy something. And then he used, this is Kenya. When you sit here, you can see Kenya.
Yeah,
you can see Kenya.
Yeah, we can.
Because this is the border.
Yeah.
So this is one country.
Yeah.
Supposed to.
Okay.
But he just moved from that border to here. And then he went to buy something in Kenyan shilling. And they said to him, no, we don't take shilling. That is in Addis Ababa. But he bring out dollar and they take the dollar.
Get it.
You understand? how does that make sense? This is you.
Yeah, understand.
You understand?
Yeah.
You understand why Africa should be united? Because this is Kenya. You can see Kenya. The same family who are there are the same family who are here. This is Kenya. This is Ethiopia. You come to Ethiopia. You are in Addis Ababa, and then you want to buy something in Kenyan shilling money, and they say to you, no, we don't take no Kenyan money.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Can we have dollar? Oh, yeah, bring that.
Yeah.
What kind of damage has some people did to the children of Africa? So you see why we want a united Africa, one currency, one passport, one military, because we have too many challenges.
Yeah.
We see what is going on in Congo, and then we have to wait for America to come and help us. When you see what is going on in maybe Nigeria, we are waiting for Britain to come and help us. So we say, no, if we have one military, if there's a problem in Somalia, then we can send our military there. We don't need to wait for anybody to come here to help us, because we are also men and women. So we can send our own military, go there and bring peace. Because without peace, there will never be progress.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that is why we are so desperate, no matter what the difficulties, no matter what the challenge is. That is why we are so desperate, and we are working hard as this generation of Africans to see the African come together. Because I want to have the same privilege that like you have.
Yeah.
Because you have the opportunity to travel to almost 60-something countries. It is because you are Japanese. I'm telling you. If you were to be African, the challenges you're gonna face traveling around the world is gonna, you cannot even stand it.
Yeah.
We have our famous YouTuber. He's one of the famous YouTubers in the world today. He's called Widimaya. I don't. Do you know about him?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's called Widimaya. And for him, even how famous he is, he still finds it difficult to travel within Africa. So you can imagine. But we want like him and me and everybody here, as long as they wake up and take their passport, they can travel around the world. Because
that everywhere her children found themselves, they will be respected. We as Africans, even in our own continent, were denied entry to Kenya. And I'm never going to stop talking about it until we realize that pulling down an individual African is by pulling down the continent of Africa. The dignity of Africa will come from us as children of Africa. The dignity of melanated people will come from us as will only be realized by we, the children of melanated people. It is never going to be given to us as by anybody, whether we like it or not. White people everywhere they found themselves, they have that privilege. How come that a white person with a European passport can travel around the continent of Africa for free, whilst you holding an African passport cannot go anywhere?
Every African should have pride to be an African as a citizen. We're not divided by culture, nor by history, but by borders drawn without our consent. These borders, designed to keep us weak and separate, have denied us our true identity as Africans. It is time to tear down these barriers and declare a new era of unity and belonging. A continental citizenship under the banner of United States of Africa. No longer shall an African be a stranger in their own continent.
That is the privilege that they created for themselves. They didn't get it on a silver platter. Oh, yes. They didn't just wake up and got it. They had to fight for that. They had to sacrifice for that. Missionaries were sent to Africa by King Leopold, and their mission was to brainwash our people. And today we are still suffering from the damage that those missionaries did to us. Today we are here with a mission, and our mission is to counter what the European colonial missionaries did to us. And you will see an African will come across your video, they will tell you they will not watch it, they will not support it. Why? For whatever reason. Because we think that poverty, we think that lack of dignity is our portion in life. No, we can bring a change. And our sister is calling on us to do that. There is a lot to talk about when it comes to us uplifting ourselves. We are the only people on this planet Earth who doesn't care about the next generation. We only think selfishly. We only think about ourselves. It is about time we put that aside and start to think that whatever decisions we will take today will affect the next generation of Africans, the next generation of melanated people. Because we live by the past, we don't live by the future. Future generation will enjoy what we will do today. So if we create privileges for them today, then they will enjoy it tomorrow. I thank you very much for coming around. Please, our mission, One African mission, the sister could not have been right. She is very right, but we believe that without unity, we will continue to talk and talk and talk years to come. And children of melanated children will not have no privileges, because privileges doesn't come on a silver platter. I thank you very much for coming around. Please support our mission, One African mission. We are on a mission until we regain back our dignity as a people. Thank you.